subject matter is like we all are pessimist by nature inborn. Yeah, that goes without saying. When people were talking about kids, I mean, baby in arms, those were in mama's womb. That time, the senses started developing. Senses, emotions, our self insecurities, and all. Now, when the baby was born, the first sign is the baby starts crying. Why the baby starts crying? Because the baby is yelling, whipping, whatever it's doing, because the baby has the sense of insecurity. So he cannot succumb to that situation at that point in time. Reason why the baby starts crying. So from that day, to why the baby has that sense of insecurity, and from that salad days, because that is the part of negativity, that is the part of pessimistic, that is a pessimistic sign, I must say. And when we dance the haze, what happens? That sense of pessimism, the sense of negativity, it instilled or inculcated into our mind and our brain at the very beginning. And it goes on this way. So that sense, to get rid of that sense, it is impossible for any human being from that point in time. Because from the very beginning, from your salad days, you start carrying that burden of negativities on your shoulder. So the entire society puts a mask on themselves, and everyone is pessimist by nature. The reason why they try to put the mask of positivity on their faces. Thank you.
First, I would like to inform that my opponent speakers, those who have said that a baby is screaming, a baby is ailing, each and everything is quite phenomenal in the human nature. But that is simply a sign of the language of a baby. Even I heard before this panel, there were my opponent, another one said panel, that one of the co-speakers were telling that why the baby cries whenever the baby is hungry, whenever the baby is starved. Just because baby hasn't learned how to talk, baby hasn't learned how to ask that I'm hungry, please serve me the food. So that is just simply a language of a baby. Now the question is that a baby is someone like a bird, B-U-D, which will be blossom afterwards like a flower in this society. Now the question is that how we are the people going to be engaged, that matters. We are not going to say that pessimistic should not be. Definitely pessimistic should be. Otherwise optimistic doesn't come. Until unless a coin, it will bonk, you will not understand what is called head and what is called tail. So coin has to be two sides. Someone like whenever a person is going to
optimism, you said that optimism.
Still I'm telling.
Pessimism. You just said pessimism is the bejelter of optimism. That's what
right.
You said.
Till now I'm telling the pessimist people are there. Pessimism we should follow, but there is nowhere written. There is nowhere written that a person has already taken inborn.
So you already agree.
Why I'm telling just
pessimism is there but not inborn.
No, not at all.
What do you mean?
To some extent it can be.
No, he's saying pessimism is there but not inborn.
Sir, he said optimism was born by pessimism. First pessimism is there. From there optimism comes. It begins.
You mean to say that optimism is there or pessimism is there? Make it clear.
Optimism.
Optimism is there.
Yes. So now
pessimism comes from
pessimism whenever the person is facing number of problems. Someone like the failure, someone likes some negativity, at that time he realizes what is the real meaning of the optimism.
Experientially gathered mindset.
Yes, to some extent. So for that reason I wanted to mean. So now the question is that how a person can be inborn. Just because at the very beginning we are already coming to know that the life has certain stages. Until unless we are going to get the maturity, until unless we are going to get the sense of humor, even most of the people, they do not have minimum gumption, isn't it? So the gumption, whenever a person does not carries along with him or her, is it at all possible for them to pick up what is called the pessimism, what is called optimism? It is quite impossible. Now the question is that you are going to talk about that most of the people are surrounded with the pessimist people. Pessimism we are going to deal. No. The question is that it may be, but the question is how much you are cherishing yourself out of the negativity, the positivity bringing. That matters. Now just because there are many people, those who are very much weak according to their field, but they themselves cherish, I can do it, I will do it. Today if I cannot do it, tomorrow definitely. Tomorrow if I cannot, then next day. Now for an instant I can give you, even I think that you have heard the name called Usain Bolt. Whenever he took the first participation in the Olympic, at that time he couldn't score the first position for the 9 seconds. Only for 9 seconds. The 9 seconds maybe not reflect many people, is a very much short time. But he has set his mind with the optimistic mindset. Next Olympic, whenever it will be taking place and he will be taking part, and he will be the first scorer on the track. And now for that 9 seconds, having the optimistic mindset, he was kept on practicing for long years, and after that he has come up with the flying colors. So don't you feel that that optimistic mindset really cherishes a person in his or her mind?
Now, my question is that why people need that optimistic mindset?
Why people need
Need
the
that optimistic mindset?
Just because it's a hungerness for the achievement, success. None wants to stop behind someone.
No. Another reason is there. So that they can escape from negativity.
No,
So that
it's not
they
that I
can
am not going
find
to
the-
quite agree,
they-
acknowledge with this fact. Why I'm telling?
No, you're done with your point.
No, not at all.
You're
Not
speaking.
at all.
So once you're done, let me know, then I'll...
Okay, carry on, please.
Now, the thing is that now the person, why they have to be optimistic. They have to be. Listen to me carefully. Have to be, because previously they were not optimistic. If you want to achieve something, if you want to bear the palm, if you want to curl the mole, whatever you wanted to do in your future, in the very next future, you have to be optimistic. Have to be. Because you are not optimistic. Why? Because from the beginning you believe in, you are engulfed with that negativity or that negative senses.
But Mr. Banerjee, for your kind of information.
I'm not done yet. Let me finish. Friend, let me finish once, buddy. I'll give you time to speak. You get a lot of time. Now, once the person is engulfed with that negativity, reason why he has to pull himself up. The sir said once, don't you feel that you have to, what it is called, that take the bull by the horns. Why you have to take the bull by the horns? Why you have to grasp the needle? Reason why? Because you are engulfed with negativity. You have to pull your socks up. You have to take yourself up from that situation where you have been or where you are right now. So negativity is always there. First of all, negativity is there. We are struggling with that negativity. We have been suffering from the negativity. Reason why we need a medicine, a pill of positivity. So that if it is bitter, then also we have to swallow it, because we have to get that zenith.
Okay, now if that be the case, what do you refer a lion who is the king of a jungle, isn't it? Whenever a lion is going to take 2 steps backwards, would you call the lion is a coward or a ferocious and a real, means a king who deserves the word called king in the jungle? What do you refer to? Or even a tiger?
Don't you think a person who got the first position always in the school, in the class, or or a person who got always the first position in a sports category or whatever it is, he is not always positive, yes, but he cannot put all his eggs in one basket.
That's
Reason
right.
why I'm saying, because he's scared of if he fails by any chance. So
Is pessimism a form of disease, mental disorder?
could be, sir. If the person is always engulfed with that, then it would be the reason why we try to come out from that. We need psychiatrists for that reason. We need to trick cyclists for that.
I think that we all should consult a trick cyclist.
Could be, sir. If I consult with a trick cyclist, that doesn't mean I'm a mad person. I'm a crackpot. I'm a daft.
No, you
That
have
doesn't-
some form of mental disorder.
Yes, could be
And
some
that
form
is-
of.
that is probably pessimism.
Yes, even correct. Absolutely, you. I mean,
Pessimism leads to depression.
right, sir.
So do you think all the people on this planet,
Right.
are in depressions?
Not all the people, sir, but
So that's what the statement says.
yes, they're depressed. Right. Why they cannot consult with a doctor? Because they're scared of what neighbors would say, that this man has gone mad.
There is
He
no
has-
pessimism.
Yes,
Pessimistically, they're free.
pessimistically. Pessimism is everywhere. So that's what we are fighting with. We are knuckling with the pessimism.
So we can safely conclude that pessimism is a form of mental disorder.
Yes, sir.
With this particular remaining line, I would like to go to Chandrima. Chandrima, do you think that it's a mental disorder or it's a social disease
Uh,
that society instills in?
yeah, sir. First of all, I would like to mention that when a child is born, he or she is nobody. He or she is not pessimistic nor optimistic, because when a child is just born,
The child is born. Child was.
Was.
yeah, was
No, she's
okay.
using who is. Okay.
Yeah.
So conditional. Okay. Conditional sentence. Is occurred.
Yeah, if like they are born, they cannot be born with a negative mindset or a positive mindset. They should be neutral. This is the society, their family, their surroundings, their friends that make them pessimistic. Yes, and I am not disagreeing anywhere that pessimism is not there. It is
How the
there.
neighbors become negative.
Huh?
When the child got
Yeah.
the negativity, as you said,
Huh.
because the child is engulfed with their neighbors, who those are, seeding that.
Yeah.
That
Is what I'm
they're
telling.
piercing that particular
That-
pill into that child's mind
Yeah.
with negativity,
Yeah.
right? So that means they are also negative.
Yeah, let me
So
complete
negative
first.
now.
Yeah. So I think my point is clear here that nobody is born with pessimism or optimism. Now, coming to the second point, maybe infants are always in a negative mindset, or a child who is going to school or he's playing in his society or whatever. The people surrounding him or her are pessimistic. Maybe if the child's mom is trying to save her or him from something dangerous, they instantly tell that don't go in front of the fire, you may burn yourself. We don't tell, like we are trained in a way. We tell that this could go wrong, that's why you should not do it. But is that was that in the child's mind the day he was born or she was born? No, the world is pessimistic, and now the subject matter says that
Brain is conditioned that way.
yeah, their brain, they are like the surroundings are affecting their brains. That's why they are pessimistic. Now I'm coming to the point that
Not
if
inborn, not inborn.
not inborn, now I'm coming to the point that if somebody is born pessimistic, the world would have stopped. The world would stop the day everyone will start giving birth to
Children.
children with pessimistic mindset. If a single person was pessimistic from the Stone Age, we like nobody would have been here. Fire. They found fire because they wanted to survive the cold. they started having food, like not instant food, the cooked food, because they wanted to survive. And that is how we are here today. We maybe we are not born pessimistic. A lot of kids, a lot of men and women are there who are pessimistic, because from that day they have that surroundings that is optimistic. That's why. So and moreover, I think nowadays, like we can give birth to pessimistic and optimistic child as children as well. How? Because when a mother is pregnant, she's carrying the child. If she is going through a positive environment, that would be cultivated inside her. And if they are going through a positive environment, definitely that would be cultivated too. But what should we do? We should be always optimistic. And if not, if I get a job, I will think, oh, today I may get fired. I will not celebrate it. If somebody is born, their birthdays will not be celebrated. We celebrate birthdays, we celebrate anniversaries, not death anniversaries. The world is optimistic, yeah. Pessimism are there, pessimistic people are there, but the world is running through optimism.
Okay, as you said that if there is no optimism, then the world will stop moving, as you said. But don't you think it's just the opposite? If we don't be pessimist, then we will not take care of somebody, we will not work hard. Then if the our own daughter is outside, we will not call that girl if she is not coming home throughout the night. So this way, if we all are
No,
if we all
that's
are,
the thing I
if we
also.
all are optimistic, then we will stop thinking about somebody. We will stop working hard. We will just sit like an like a statue.
See, I have already mentioned that point, that if I'm training my child not to do something that would go wrong, if maybe I'm telling my kid that don't go in front of the fire, you may burn yourself. Just not have
So that's
fun.
pessimism.
Yeah, exactly. That's not pessimism. I want my child to be safe.
Why do we want our child to be safe? Because we
Because that's
think that
optimistic. I don't want my
the child can
child
burn
to
himself.
burn. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's
I'm
pessimism. If we start be optimistic,
Yeah.
then we will say, go, it will not harm
Go
you.
and face it.
Yes.
Once again, if I'm telling that go in front of the fire and that will not burn you, I'm not optimistic. I'm mad.
No, he's saying go and face it.
No, why to face it when I know it is dangerous? And I'm not telling that pessimism is not there. I've told that. I'm not telling that danger is not there. It is there. That's why we have to be ready to face it. We have to be optimistic to fight the pessimism. He was
That's
saying
what
that-
I
he was
understood.
saying
But
that
facing fire is not means if you're not safe in front of fire, that is not optimism. How can you prove that?
Yeah, no, not facing the fire. If I'm telling my kid that don't go in front of the fire, I'm pessimistic that I am saving my kid from the danger.
Yes.
And-
So you are thinking at first there will be a danger.
Yeah,
That is called pessimism. We are born with that.
That is pessimism.
Yes.
Let the kid face the fire, face the flame, so that
Yeah,
he can
face the
learn
fa-
that
face
fire,
even
fire
if I'm
burns
telling my
us.
kid that
That is
face
called
the fire
that is called
and
optimism.
fight and win, is that pessimism?
No, he's saying that why don't you teach your child that go
Uh,
and face
face
it?
the fire.
Get
Yeah.
your finger burned to the next day you will be afraid of fire.
That is called optimism.
That is what he is saying, his interpretation. How far do you agree with him?
No, of course not. I am not even agreeing a bit. Because when I already know that something could happen and I'm saving my kid from the danger, that is optimism in
So do
my
you think
case.
that we can learn from failures?
Something is
Do you think that we can learn from
No,
failures?
I think if I am letting my kid go to the fire and burn himself out, then I'm pessimistic. I'm a pessimistic mother, that I am not doing anything to save my kid. I'm a good for nothing. I'm a failure. If I am doing so, even if maybe I don't know, my kid is in front of the fire and he's burning himself, and in the last moment I'm coming and saving himself, even saving him, even if the fire is burning me, that is
Why don't
optimism.
you, as a mother, why don't you guide your child? Why don't you guide your or witness your kid right there
Huh.
when your kid will be going there
No,
and touch
at
the
first-
flame? You you will be standing right there. You're witnessing your kid. He's touching that flame. Whether a flame cannot be the reason of your kid's death. Cannot be. It can burn a part of your kid's body, like a little part of your body, like finger. A kid always tries to put their finger in the flame because it's glittering a little bit. It entices them.
Okay, so if a kid
Why
is
don't
trying
you
to
just witness the kid?
Huh.
That let's see what happens. Let my kid face that fire, or let my kid face that flame. If it burns the
if
kid,
I'm letting my
Right.
if I'm letting my kid
once your kid faces it, he feels it, then you get the hand off your kid, and you said, now what you realize?
No,
and
no,
the
no.
kid would
That
say
does-
it burns it from the next
that
time.
doesn't
you
happen
won't-
always.
You won't go there and touch it.
that doesn't happen
It's
always.
called positive
That does
mentality.
no, I don't think so. That doesn't happen always. Most of the times, what happens?
So your thinking
as,
doesn't might change.
as no, exactly, that will not change him.
Yeah, right.
Because most of the cases we see that somebody is getting into a danger. They are not instantly learning something from that. They are going back to that, and then they are thinking that no, going there is harming me always, again and again. Now I should stop.
But
Like that.
Science says that you have a particular gland called amygdala in your brain, near the hippocampus. Now that amygdala, of course, gets very much aggravated once it hears the sign of some danger. Say you are bitten by a dog once. Next time, whenever you come across a dog anywhere, you get a little alert. Why? Because you have been already bitten by a dog once.
Sir, first of all, both the scenarios are a bit different. The first one is I am letting my kid go in front of the fire, and in the second scenario might be I'm not there and the dog is biting him. Okay, when I'm there, I am positive about my kid that I will always try to save him no matter what. Right? That's why I'm warning him beforehand that don't do it. You will burn yourself. And the second scenario, even if he is in danger, he will learn and he will again start moving on. He will move on with his life. He will not
Okay, Chondima,
stop.
now think about the child. We're talking about mother. Now
Yeah.
think about the child. The mother is stopping the child to go near the fire because he can burn himself, right? The child will think twice or thrice next time before going in front of the fire because his mother last time stopped him. So why not to be optimist and he will face the fire again? Why always be pessimist because his mother stopped him?
If somebody, if
Not even
a
mother,
is stopping
anybody,
a child,
anybody.
No, if a mother is stopping a child, is it pessimism? I can't get that. A mother is
Think
saving
about
her
the
child.
child. Now I shifted to the child.
Yeah, to the
Child is not going to the fire or that danger again to that spot because his mother stopped him.
Yeah.
Why not, as per you, according to you, why not to be optimist and face the fire again?
That sense of fear, it breeds the pessimistic
first
mind.
hand
Okay,
experience.
first of all, the sense of fear, the sense of confusion, sense of anxiety, everything is already pessimistic. So we can't go and face the fire and
So it was hidden inside you. It was hidden inside you from that very beginning. Your mother was the guide to just, what should I say, take it out
First
from you.
of all, they are telling that go and face that, right? If I'm facing that and now I have the sense of fear and I am forbidding myself to do that again, that sense of fear is pessimism. That sense of fear is itself pessimistic.
Yeah, so it is there
Why
inside
to
you.
face and why to have that fear? I will not even go there, right?
But it is there inside you, hidden, right?
It is not there.
So otherwise, how will you improvise it in you next time? You will tell no. Let me go to the go in front of that spot or in that spot and let me face it. So why do we pessimist again?
Now, do you
We've
think
always
that the
optimistic.
fear and the care for something both are equal?
Sorry, can you please come?
Care about something, you are going to take care about something.
Yeah.
And you are going to be afraid of something, both are equal in your opinion?
If you are afraid of losing something, then
If
only
that
you
is
will
the
take care of
case, if that is the case, now let me open this scripture.
Yeah.
Lord Hanumana, when he was a kid, He was one of the Lord Hanumana. Yes, while he was a kid, he was one of the notorious children. One of the notorious children. Even once he tried to grab the sun as like as mango. Isn't it? Why? Just because each and every children are the very much means without any maturity. Maturity means why? Just because you will see whenever you will tell a child not to do, the child will get more curiosity to do that. What is there? Why I'm stopped? Why I've been preventing not to do that, not to touch that? So for that reason, now the question is that the age barrier matters.
So that inquisitive nature, it comes from
Yes,
pessimism.
but that
It
doesn't
comes
mean
from
no.
pessimism.
That doesn't
Because
mean
that
no,
child
Mr.
has
Banerjee. In
been
this case, you are not at
struck
all
by the boredom.
right. In this case, that doesn't mean
That child wants to come up from the
that
boredom.
means actually I am going to be a very sensible person. Being a sensible person, how is possible for me to allow my child to face some danger, some like fire, some like maybe any sharp object? Why should I? Because I'm a sensible man.
Then
being
keep
a
your child
sensible
always in your under your
Definitely,
shelter.
previously,
No,
that's
if-
why.
Do not
That's
let
why
him move.
previously in our childhood, even myself, while I was a child, my parents they tied with a rope to my waist. Why? Because to control it.
So
To
that is
control it.
pessimism.
So now,
That
no,
is
not at all. That is not called pessimism.
The sense of fear.
Not at all. Pessimism is a totally
The
different thing.
sense of fear.
No, no,
which
if a child
brings
is
that
optimistic, the
pessimism.
child will remain very silent, always calm.
There are many
That's
children.
why,
There
that's why
are
the
many
children are
children.
very much
There are
focused.
many children. There are many children. Those who are pesky child. There are many children. Those who are very decent. Now the question is that either, not neither. They are pessimist or optimist. Try to
No,
understand.
you talk about all the children, right?
Now
That
I'm telling you,
everybody has this nature.
there is certain age group.
Most of
Through
the
that age
children,
group,
they act
whenever
like
they
that.
will come up, at that time we need to see whether they are pessimist or optimist. Now the question is that there are certain people, as I am very close to the children, I absorb the children very well. So for that reason, with 100% assurance, I can tell whenever you are going to access with certain group of children, at that particular point in time, you need to see most of the children are absolutely the maturity they do not
So
have.
do you think that pessimism is an acquired quality?
In case of,
Acquired quality in case of human beings.
and I have already said, sir, now the question is pessimism and the optimism both are in a person. Without that, a person cannot identify what is called exactly the thing.
What is more?
Obviously, the optimism, but this optimism comes
If
when?
optimism is 60%, pessimism 40% in a human being.
Yes, but that is
Let us see what is
No,
there.
optimism comes from
optimism comes from
pessimism.
That's
If
what
you're
I
not,
said, that
if
is
you
maturity.
obviously the
know,
maturity and as well as which one I was asking Mr. Banerjee. Now the question is that how a person.
No, she's a,
Why-
the source of optimism.
That's what I'm telling. The
why
source
a
and the-
person tries to survive?
Yes.
Because the person knows I'm going to die one day.
No,
Otherwise,
that is the
I'll not take food.
human
I'll not
phenomenon.
have food. I'll not
That is the
sleep.
human phenomenon. Whenever a person has come
Survival instinct.
to some extent, you may say yes. Now the question is that whenever a person is born, a person knows one day he has to die.
So that is an instinct, of course.
To some extent, but now
Nobody
the
needs to tell you.
Sorry?
Instinct.
You learn it instinctively.
yes,
Instinctively means inborn only. Instincts means inborn.
but in born there are many things, but all
Many
of the
things
things,
no.
all of the
This
things,
thing,
this
concentrate on
particular
this
quality
thing.
a person cannot carry from inborn, which is called pessimist. Now the question is that I am telling that they are asking that how it's possible.
But you are saying there's an instinct.
To some extent,
Instinct we are born with.
Yes.
but
Nobody needs to inculcate in us.
this quality that doesn't comes inborn quality. Why I'm telling just because whenever a person is achieving something, out of what? Out of
Out of what?
out of the joy I need to achieve. If I am allowed, then I can explain. Now the question is that you ask a real struggler, the real struggler who is going to achieve the success, he knows what is the taste of the success. Because before getting the success, number of failures he has come through. Now the real successful person keep aside the person who has attained for the time being. Just a minute.
Failure,
A
if you talk
person
about failure.
who has achieved for the first time. If you ask him,
Failures give birth to pessimism or optimism.
definitely optimism.
Yes, then failures are
Yes, obviously.
pessimist. Then failures are pessimist.
No,
failing,
no,
failing
why?
is pessimist.
Because of me. If I will give instant my own self.
Can I
Yes.
let me clarify that. Once you fail, now you start, pulling yourself up. You failed once. Reason why try to grasp the needle. Now, when you failed once, now you try to grasp the needle. You try to bear the palm now. I mean, now you're all, guzzed up. You're just all guns blazing at the moment. But at the back of your mind, you have that thought that what if I fail once again?
No.
So people, they do have that mentality. They carry that mentality.
Just because whenever a person is failure, the person has to see why I'm failure. What is lacking behind me? Who is that person can do which I can't do? It's simply the feelings of individual.
Now I would tell you something scientific.
Maybe for Mr. Banerjee, the failure means something different. Now the hunger quality matters. Now there are many people, those who are running after passion. There are many people, those who are running after hobby. So now do you think the both are same? It's not. So someone like that, a failure, something.
I'm not point fingering anyone. I'm not saying he. I'm telling you scientific research, what it says after the competition, whatever the competition is. Let's talk about gym. Once you are done with that competition, suppose a competition of weightlifting or powerlifting competition took place. Now it put an end. After that, if you measure, there is a process where you can medically, measure that. Now, it is found most of the cases, all the cases, not most of the cases, all the cases, it is found that the level of cortisol, it goes higher than the normal human beings. When the person who left to their body, that cortisol level, it grows up. Why? The reason why what is the reason? Because when they were lifting, at the back of your mind, they were nervous. If I couldn't be able to lift that weight, what my previous lifter has already put or pulled.
But nervousness and pessimism, both, do you think it's equal?
Obviously, nervousness comes from where?
Well,
if I fail, yes, that is a pessimistic thing.
Once a person can give a thought, if I cannot live previous the competitor how did, I may be the failure and he can be the successful. That doesn't mean that he is going to carry always the negativity.
But he carries.
Sorry?
Is there healthy competition?
Definitely will be. If in a healthy competition, if a person loses the competition, he will be appreciating, no, he was far better than me. So next time I will follow what are the rules and regulations. He did and what are the rules and regulations I didn't follow.
Why we compete with each other? Why we compete with each other? Because we have that self-doubt. Who is better?
Mr. Banerjee said both cannot be equal. Both cannot run cheek by zone.
Okay, now let's talk about monks. As my previous co-speakers were talking about monks, that when somebody is becoming a monk, that person was not a monk inborn, right? Why he became a monk? Because he tried to detach himself from this negativity of this world. So at first, negativity comes, then the positivity that shifted him to become a monk.
How many monks have come?
Yeah.
Or he needs that support out of
Obviously,
No,
How many people
that's
have
why he
come across
comes
in your life?
Okay, so I have an answer for this. At first, I would like to tell that at first Mr. Banerjee was telling that optimism comes from pessimism, right? We need to be optimistic because we were pessimistic, like forever. And now when Sir asked him that is pessimism a
No,
disease?
forget about that.
I'm coming to that. It's related. So when Sir asked that is pessimism a disease, he answered yes. So I don't think anybody likes to live with a disease. They want it to be cured. They
yeah,
want
so that's why they
it to
search
be
for
treated.
support.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
But
And-
he was born with that
No,
disease.
and then I even told at first that. At first, I even told that I'm not denying that pessimism is not there. A person maybe was born neutral, and then the society from their childhood made them pessimistic. Yeah, definitely. And when their lives are going on, maybe after few years, if they want to be a monk, they are leaving negativity behind. Definitely, they want to be optimistic from pessimistic. But was that monk, when he or she was born, the day was the day they born, was they born optimistic or pessimistic? No. From their childhood, that man or that woman they were involved in the optimistic world. Affected them. That's why they got pessimistic.
Pessimistic world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pessimistic society.
Yeah.
And the subject matter says, if we are born pessimistic, no, we were born neutral, not pessimistic, not optimistic. And the society made us optimistic. And what is the final result? We want to be optimistic, not pessimistic, because optimistic,
Okay, now-
being pessimistic doesn't rule the world. Why somebody wants to be a monk? Because they want to be optimistic, because they know what is better and what is worse, what is good, what is bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be optimistic.
And I'm telling
But
that
as
from
if
pessimism,
according,
yeah, exactly. From pessimism, they are being optimistic. From the pessimistic world, they want to be relieved. But
So he was born with that.
no, he was born
instinct.
neutral. The society and their